the next 7 days are probably going to be pretty nuts for crypto holders. And remember, less than 2 weeks ago, we were closer to 60,000 than 61,000. And then just a few days later, we're all the way up at 72. Now we're at 67. We have a lot of big events happening within the next 7 days. I want to go through it. We'll keep it short. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see the next video that's just like this as soon as I make it. There's also a link to Margex underneath the video in case you want to start trading cryptocurrency using leverage. You can check out that link underneath the video. Now, the last 2 weeks has been pretty crazy, from people thinking that the market was going to fall down to a new low, the low 50s, maybe 50,000, maybe in the $40,000 range, just almost pumping to new all-time highs. A week ago, we thought that there was no chance at an Ethereum ETF. And then within 5 days, we go from not thinking there's any chance to thinking there's a decent chance to it getting approved. We're going to have the trading of Ethereum starting next week. And people are going to start talking about other ETFs. They already are. Large institutional investors are talking about Solana ETFs, meme coin ETFs, gaming ETFs. Okay, so things are getting pretty crazy right now, right? We have just this massive sentiment change this week as well, coming from politicians becoming much more pro-crypto. So we're going to have to see kind of how that transitions into next week. Remember how quickly a week can change things. A lot of people like to, give a hard time to people that are saying like the next week is going to be huge. But honestly, this has been a massive week. This last week has been massive. We've seen a massive political sentiment change. We've seen a doubling of the spot ETFs that are approved in cryptocurrency. We saw Bitcoin rally significantly. We saw massive inflows. Keep that in mind. We just saw one of the best periods we've seen in a while for the spot Bitcoin ETFs. Now, Thursday was a bit of a slower day. We'll have to see what Friday looks like. But from the 13th, from when we were down here, 60,000 or so, we've seen a lot of inflows. 1,000 Bitcoin bought, 1,600. 4,100, 4,200, 3,300, 3,700, 4,500, 2,200. Yesterday we had 19 million bought, which would be, I don't want to do the numbers off the top of my head, but I think around 300 Bitcoin, something like that. So we've seen a massive amount of buying, and next week we'll have to continue to watch, okay, what do these inflows look like? Was this just a bump, right? Just a significant increase that S&P was hitting new all-time highs too, so Bitcoin just got some inflows from that? Or is this going to continue? Is this supply shock going to continue? Because we're seeing record low amounts of Bitcoin on exchanges. Also, we're going to see how these ETH ETFs start trading. Like, are they going to have strong inflows right from the get-go? Are we going to see some bleed from ETH, the Grayscale Ethereum ETF? It'll be really interesting to watch how this starts. But there's definitely going to be some volatility in my mind. We do have some big economic news next week as well. We have the first GDP revision, which could definitely change the market. This is Thursday. We also have the Beige Book Wednesday. We have some other stuff happening. But really, I'm watching Thursday, GDP first revision. And then Friday, the biggest event of the week, PCE index. This is the Fed's preferred inflation gauge. So does it come in lower than expected? Previously, it came in at 0.3%. The year over year is 2.7. Same thing with core PCE, about the same year over year, 2.8. And last time it was 0.3%. So yeah, people will be watching this, and I'm sure the market's going to react to this news, especially next week. Now, keep in mind, the beginning of the week might be a little bit slow. Memorial Day in the U.S. is being celebrated, so the market is going to be closed that day. And then we have some Fed speakers Tuesday, but it's probably going to be a bit of a slow start. I think a lot of institutional investors will probably be on vacation, coming back from their holiday or vacation homes, maybe getting in partway through Tuesday or something like that. So it might be a bit of a slower start to the week. But then we have this economic news. We also will have to continue to watch the crypto market. Obviously, we always do. But just with that change from Ethereum being labeled as a security by the SEC, now them proving the spot ETF, Adam Cochran says the most important thing here isn't the ETF. It's the total change in stance by admin that forces Gensler to concede ETH is a commodity even with its current attributes. This means we can extrapolate to a lot of other projects and what elements matter in security. We might have a big change in the market next week based on Bitcoin dominance. You can see back in 2017, we started this downtrend for Bitcoin dominance. And in 2021, we got rejected by this line. In 2024, we got rejected by this line. This Bitcoin dominance downtrend. Now, we flipped above it. We got rejected at previous support for Bitcoin dominance, right around 57%. I actually called that at the beginning of the year. And then we fell down, came back up, lower high, and now we're starting to fall down. We actually have a lower low here. We wicked right below this line, but next week we'll be able to see, because this is the daily, we'll be able to see, do we just kind of flutter around right above this line? Do we break out back above the line and use this as support? Or do we break below it and do we turn this into an altcoin rally? It'll be really interesting to watch. I think a lot of it will have to do with Bitcoin just in general. Where does it go? If Bitcoin falls down, I think a lot of altcoins will probably fall down. So Bitcoin dominance might go up. But if Bitcoin goes up to all-time highs again, if we get some strong inflows, I would not be surprised, especially with the narrative of the Ethereum ETFs, more ETFs on the way, more institutions coming into the smaller cap cryptos. I would not be surprised to see dominance actually go down, which would be really interesting. I think that will lead to kind of a crazy, an alt season before the mega blow-off rally in crypto. So maybe we're going to see some pretty nice gains from a lot of altcoins. Okay, so we're going to hear more spot news or more spot guesses. What's going to come next? Is it going to be Chainlink? Is it going to be Solana, right? Maybe a mix, maybe a basket of crypto stocks or crypto ETFs. But that will continue. This talk will continue. I said earlier this week, I felt like there's going to be some big news here soon, and we got the ETH ETFs, but I feel like there's something else coming. So we have a handful of things to look forward to that we know of. First of all, we have economic news. Second of all, we have to watch these Bitcoin flows. This is, I think, the most important thing on a day in and day out basis for Bitcoin. We also will continue to watch for other cryptocurrencies that might be getting some news about ETFs. Also, there might be some more news from companies that are buying Bitcoin. I mean, I think it's been a while since MicroStrategy bought, but we also had Metaplanet buy this week. They were hitting new all-time highs, being stopped multiple days in a row because they moved too quickly upwards. We also have had let's go through some of the news this week, which might show us what's coming next. So obviously massive inflows. We have whales moving Ethereum around. A lot of information on the ETH ETFs. Social risk at lows that we haven't seen since 2019. So that means not too many people are dialed in, are degenning in. There's not a ton of people watching YouTube or going and following people on Twitter. So yes, we have some new people coming into the market through the ETFs, but it's not the retail driven spike that we've seen in the past. Let's continue back. So we had Trump switch bullish to crypto, start taking donations, and then Biden is now hiring a seasoned meme lord. This is coming from multiple articles. So yeah, we could see maybe some new memes called meme lords pop up next week. Next week might be the flipping of GBTC and IBIT. They're awfully close, about less than 8,000 Bitcoin away now, because this was as of 3 days ago. So we'll probably see that next week as well. Let's continue to scroll back. We have Bitcoin hitting all-time highs in so many so many currencies outside of the US dollar. Yeah, so this is going to be a big week. Now, maybe not the same as last week when we saw all these 13F filings come out, but we're going to continue to see more and more news, and I think it's going to be a big week. Let me know your thoughts, though, under the video, under the description in the comment section. Also, if you do want to trade cryptocurrencies, you can check out the link to Margex. If you think we're going to go up, you can put in a long. If you think we're going to go down, you can put in a short, which I'd be careful about that. And then if you think we're going to go sideways, you can play the range, right? So let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next one. Bye.